For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people. Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
Radio Democracy, supported by ASIWA and powered by AfriCell.
No, this one is a special dedication to all the people of this nation. Real. All the lovers of Radio Democracy. All the lovers of Radio Land. The voice of the masses. Hear this. Come on. Come down, selector. Come down, selector. 98.1. The voice of the people. Radio Democracy.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
Radio Democracy, supported by ASIWA and powered by AfriCell.
From New Englandville studio, good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the program Good Morning Salone for this week, where they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today na Wednesday, May 20, 2020. Where they bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salone. Musa Eskamara na minim.
And Mina Mabel Kaba, good morning. Inside this edition of the program Good Morning Salone, one member of the Sierra Leone Newspaper Editors Guild, John Kuromadon, called on the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists (SLAJ) for look inside the issue where they say they between Parliament and the press gallery.
That not censorship. Decide then get a parliamentary press gallery. I think they forget faith in that gallery. SLAJ for actually issue a statement. We expect the statement for actually dissociate from Parliament then stands because we get regulatory bodies. SLAJ now one.
The regional commander at the Freetown East, AIG Edward Samadia, don't confirm say the Salone police don't arrest about 12 people wey been hide inside one mango truck where they say been they come out upline and they try for hide inside Freetown. And na the program this morning, as Salone join other countries them na the world for member the World Meteorology Day with the when at today May 20 with the theme measurements for global trade. The manager for the meteorology department na Standards Bureau, Frank Martins, they can talk about plan them where they get for improve on standards na the country.
Well, these and plenty other stories them day na the program for you, plus the leader for the National Grand Coalition of Parliament, Honorable Dr. Kanda Koleyum Kela, don't say one document where they pass na Parliament titled the Constitutional Instrument number 26, the Coronavirus Disease Emergency Fund Regulation 2020. Not good for the country in governance process because it go tap people for give account of how they spend copper where they can inside for sake of corona. And Wakabot Safe Day inside the program for you Good Morning Salone. Members say they listen we live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by AfriCell. And Safe they listen we live from Radio Shalom 89.5 where they cover the entire Kwanadugu districts and Falaba district and some parts na Tonkolili. Same way so they listen we on Radio Malin on 88.5 na the entire Pujawan district to Liberia border and Radio Colenten 90.0 na Cambia district. The program na Good Morning Salone. You can be part of them by way you can send text message to the number 0779819881. 0779819881 are the number for sending text message and be part of the program Good Morning Salone. As here from we headline today, our Salone they join other countries them for observe the World Meteorology Day we na May 20. Inside the studio we with the manager for meteorology department at Salone Standards Bureau, Frank Martins. We go can talk about plan them we then get for improve on standards na Salone. Good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone.
Good morning.
Okay, continue for the with you, we'll come back to you.
The first issue we'll look at inside the program this Wednesday morning, now USAI for SEC award where they go and say some political party then get an for the violence activity them we don't been a different parts of the country this BNTM. The outreach and spokesperson for the All Political Parties Registration Commission, wey na PPRC Lucien Momo, don say any political party wey the investigation committee go fair not say get an per the different violence them wey happen at different parts of the country this BNTM. PPRC say go take action against the political party. Well, Lucien Momo talk this for second one release where the commission police BNTM on them position on them violence here will be done they happen. He explain more to Princess Pierce inside this interview.
Well, no say this BNTM so we don't get violent incidents them. One up in Upper Denver Road Correctional Center, the other one alongside, and the other one the Tumbo community. And from waiting we observe as a commission, we see a deadly attack there. So, you know, on them peaceful citizens and other members of the public, then something we well planned and people able to carry on in all of them things. So we as a commission, you know, because of investigation they carry on right now, want for the political party and conduct themselves within the ambit of the law. So I make police press release. Yeah, so and assure the public say the commission will continue for monitor and follow the investigation.
Okay, we know say PPRC na like then they regulate the political party them na this country, and most people on the point finger say most of the riots them and violence where they happen na due to incitement from political parties them. On your observation a part of this investigation, on I don't able to observe something like that.
I go tell you one of the challenge we can always get to the violence thing that happen. You go see political parties and go quick for come on and do, you know, with press release and say no, this person or this them group of people are also not a member of a political party. They can get them tell it because maybe if they catch one or two people, sometimes people they say not to people are even register at the political party.
Okay, most people they say and say PPRC then can only active during election period. So now that we're not into election time yet, how not done the ensure so now they engage the different political party them for ensure say then go according to the codes of ethics.
Well, that's the misconception of people they get say PPRC they only be active when it comes to election. PPRC active every day from January 1 to December 31 every year. The commission active because the law give the power for monitor, you know, political party the activity them so that they will go in line with, you know, the prescribed law them within this community. Mind you, I want to also inform political party and say the political party code of conduct when they sign up to, even when not to law, you know, in order normal for election guide the political party their action before and after election. So even now we're not to election time, you know, they for conduct themselves well.
Okay, so how involved the PPRCB into the committee we don't investigate any different issues there? Also, all way on don't play.
I'm not going to tell you exactly what's in the happen inside this committee because I'm not a member of the committee waiting and non-defendant because not in an investigation. If they don't get information, they not go find them. They can't talk something now. We go jeopardize. You know, they waiting. Then they investigate. Sometimes they go able to tamper with the investigation, or maybe tamper with evidence, or maybe tamper with maybe people where they give witnesses.
Okay, now so basically, waiting for be the conduct of political party then.
Well, for now, I think say like during the Ebola time, that just remind political party then say the section 35(1) of the constitution where establish political party. You know, establish political party and no one will take part by election. No. This not the time where political party then for show them people them, you know, and show the electorate, you know, show them members them and supporter them, you know, say that this for do not this not for do so that you no go get this particular sickness. That sickness will not a pick person and for promote, you know, information, let people get information on things they will get for do with the nation rather than thinking about politics. Don't the politics not get for come back to okay 2022 for local election, 2023 for presidential and parliamentary election. Let them focus the energy now for protect the young people, because if you not protect the people they will not get votes for you. You know, they get up and they go cause boss, you know. then go get this sick. If one person dey between them will get this sick, and then will get this sick.
In a situation after the investigation, they cannot say na political party dem be they do incitement cause the riot. What will be the action of PPRC?
After we this investigation they go on, so where the commission they monitor, they follow wetin dey happen. The commission will take action against any political party where this investigation fail not say get hand pandemic violence there. So, and you know, say part of we responsibility now for make sure say political party them they abide by the laws, then we govern them, and the laws they we govern Salone. So the action I not go tell you now because I not go preempt waiting. I don't want for preempt waiting the commission will get for think when we reach another bridge day.
Alright, well, that's not been the outreach and spokesperson for the All Political Parties Registration Commission. We na Lucien Momo be the talk another interview day with Princess Pierce. Actually, na the Political Parties Registration Commission (PPRC). Lucien Momo.
The program we listen to na Good Morning Salone. As we mentioned earlier, now we headline today inside the program. As Salone join other country them na the world for member the World Meteorology Day. We na May 20 with the theme measurements for global trade. The manager for meteorology department na Standards Bureau they between at the studio. For can talk about how Salone plan for improve on the standards na Salone. Once more, good morning, welcome to the program.
Thank you.
As the World Meteorology Day celebration day in line with the signing of Meter Convention will be on May 1975 now Paris and serve this now for raise awareness about the importance of the important role we measurements they play for customer satisfaction and standards na the world and trade in general. As I give this brief background, measurements na Salone. How the office they operates this metrology office.
Thank you very much, sir. Before I go to your question, I want for first of all throw light on within this World Meteorology Day all day about. The World Meteorology Day starts on a way for celebrate the Meter Convention. We then sign on the 20th of May 1875 in Paris. They institute this thing through the International Bureau of Weights and Measures. You see, formerly they call metrology and they refer to them as weights and measures. Now, so people know about them in this country. So from 1875, now they signed the convention day on the 20th of May. The celebration we would do actually now for raise awareness among stakeholders them for let them know the importance of measurement. So that brings me come to your question. Measurement, as we know, now a very important activity where they take place now mortal man life or anything we get for do with mortal man from the time you born till to the time you die. Measurement issues then I get for the take part now you life throughout. And measurement so important that even from production, from the food that they eat, when they produce them, measurement involved in that. In the medical activities, them measurement involved in that. When they produce medical equipment, measurement involved in that. So measurement actually is very important in every aspect of mortal man life. And if you ignore them, it will totally unbog your whole life.
You don't talk say measurements very important in mortal man life. So since the establishment of these departments where you the head, so how on don't they work for ensure say as important as measurements be, people get them now the different side and where you be don't talk just on say people use measurement.
Okay, when they established the Sierra Leone Standards Bureau in 2000, in the year 2000. They formed the metrology department, which formerly then be called the weights and measures department. Okay, the measurement, we get three different aspects of metrology. We get the legal aspect, we get the industrial aspect, and we get the scientific aspect. The scientific aspect all actually now they support the other two parts, and the industrial and the legal. But mostly inside Salone, what we know about metrology actually are the legal one. we empower Sierra Leone Standards Bureau for calibrate or verify measuring instruments we they use for trade. Okay, so this department done the function over the years. You find out, say, some years back we introduced the metric system within the petroleum sector. We then petrol pump, the way you go to petrol station, you go see. Now one of the aspects and the way this metrology they affect people their life by, because if you go pay for petrol, you not get the actual quantity where you pay for, you they lost money, and somebody they cheats you. So the Sierra Leone Standards Bureau take that aspect very important, and we able for make sure say we handle that aspect. And if we listen to the minister in speech, the minister in speech already they out. It don't make them and waiting. They address all of them issues and so now one aspect and the way measurement they affect people their life in this country.
This department established in the year 2000 at the Salone Standards Bureau. From year 2000 to now some time, a very long time, little bit.
Yes.
What are some of the achievements them way una don't do regarding waiting the established una for?
First of all, we don't get a building with laboratories. The laboratories then they help, as I've been saying, then they help for support the other aspects, and because then definitely then they do for the scientific aspect, for help for calibrate measuring instruments, not to only trade instruments but measuring instruments in general. So when we come to trade instruments and also that particular then laboratories and they support that aspect of the measuring instruments there. Like in the area we you go to market for go buy beef, we get scales and at the markets. Okay, the scales them, the metrology department they go out at the markets them for go check then scale them for ensure see they're okay, and if they're not okay, we get the power also for seize them. So any instruments within at the market and they use for trade, if you're not okay, they seize the instruments and
As you talk about the market, that bring to my mind the issue we get for do with this same measurement we really talk about. How on they determine the type of measurement equipment we market woman for use? Because as you don't talk about the scale where they use for meat and other thing them, one other area where like sometime toss will be done, they get for do with the cup where they use for measure rice, anything where you use for measure the cup, pepper and other thing them. You go find out say different market woman get in your cup where they use for measure. Waiting they determine the kind measurement way them for the use.
Well, actually, that area they now a very important area, and it don't become something we don't come even to the notice of government that people they get waiting then they pay for. And when then COP issues then they come, because of we culture, we don't use we even when we small with people that we see them now measure and they measure rest and they measure thing by COP. Okay, so we decide for put in place forget the standard cup. Okay, then standard cups then they not just like me and you go agree say yes indeed we we agree say we go use this cup for make we measure, so that if you measure with that cup na free tongue, you carry the pepper or the rest na bowl, you go able to get the same measurement out of them. That's an agreement between we. But the actual aspect we get for be done is that we will get scales them. Now then various trading parts and then petty traders and then they use. They go then table them. If you go, you want pepper. If you want to buy cup, you choose that option. They say yes, I want to buy cup. But if you want to buy weight, they will get for weight. Yes, that's how we will not introduce the metric system fully. So the cup and the scale, they all two go together.
The issue of the cup them, not for the first time this we don't hear about them from Standards Bureau. Say market woman they forget a standard cup we nine they all for the use cut across. As you say agreement we don't on how them for the use this for measure. But how effective the implementation don't be in terms of monitoring for ensure say now the right thing where people they go pay for the market in terms of measurement then they go with.
Actually, the cups we know, the standard cups we don't get, we not bring them come out and the market it. They not come the it at all. Whatever you see now, that just something we done did before we introduced the metric system. But the cups we not introduce them and the market it.
So you mentioned about scale for mentioned beef. Apart from the beef or the scale for sell meat in a market, let's look at other area where una don't succeed for come with this meter system, because when this kilo now, one thing, like when you go to countries like Guinea, they're using kilo in their businesses. But like as my colleague rightly mentioned, you just mentioned about the market out in this the sell meats with them. Apart from that, whose area again we don't implement this meter system in the market?
Well, a lot of areas, like let we take the iron rod. Recently we've been come out with promotion or awareness raising concerns them to people them, and we don't get some importers of iron rod and cement. You see, they sell in the metric system now, kilo and weighting and call, and like their iron rod we say therefore they in millimeters, and nobody know the quote again. Like they can say half inch or quarter rod, that kind of stuff, and you for quote you dimensions them in meters and in millimeters as the units and the B. So in that area they will also.
You talk about this sometimes back concerns they come up from Standard Bureau about the iron rod quality where the Canal Salone as then they allege say make plenty building the collapse as he not reach that standard way if reach.
Yeah. Yes, that is true, because one way the engineers then design, that is it specifically states the kind of size of iron rod we for use and the quality of the iron rod. But what thing they happen is because people are confused with measurement issues, then they go put some kind of iron rod will not even fit for that particular structure for make it able for timber. Now that cause the problem, and now that make the Salone Standards Bureau come up with this strong measure for make sure say the uniformity in this particular industry will be done.
Okay, in name Frank Martins, manager for Salone Metrology Department and Salone Standards Bureau. There they talk about the World Metrology Day and how then they work for achieve standards now Salone. The program now Good Morning Salone.
We look at other issues of the program now. Also the administrative body and the Salone Parliament inside one public notice this BNTM. They ask all media host reporter them where they report about Parliament proceeding, forget documents them like the reporter in CV, qualification paper, IMC, media house license and other documents them, way for make them go able for continue for report on parliamentary proceeding them proper one. Well, this make one member na the Salone Newspaper Editors Guild, when John Kroma, they call on the Salone Association of Journalists large for condemn the condition them where the administrative body na parliament don't give to the parliamentary reporter them. Well, Princess Spears look inside this and he gonna report.
The Salone 91 Constitution give power to journalists them for make freedom of speech and self-freedom of the press go there for make them go able to do their work. The Parliament na law-making body institution na the country, and because they get important role for play, plenty media institution get different reporter them from the print to the electronic media for give news to the public but wetin dey happen. This being term letter comot from the clerk of parliament in office we say if journalists them want for report the thing them na parliament, they for bring license from the media institution and self-print certificates.
Very wrong. Parliament cannot be the referee and the player. The duty not for make laws and then get various MDAs them way, then they also make laws for establish the MDAs, and then are the right for regulate all the bodies like media. And so in this case, Parliament make the IMC Act, that they establish the IMC Act, you understand? And then give the IMC the mandate for regulate newspapers, not only register them, but regulate their conduct professionally, you understand? So if anything crop up about a journalist, Parliament for liaise with the respective line ministry, there then the right measures will be taken. But Parliament not go sit up yonder, make the laws them and roll them down so the MDAs at the same time they want to can regulate media. So the statement where they issue is null and void. It's unacceptable. It's not correct.
That voice they we just listen to. Now one member na the Salone Editor Guild, John Koma, be they talk about the decision where Parliament don't take. Usa is say this decision the Salone Association of Journalists large for condemn the action.
That not censorship. Besides, they get a parliamentary press gallery. I think they forget faith in that gallery. The best they could have done now for make them talk with the press gallery for regularize the status. No woulda and woulda supposed for them at the press gallery. No woulda not supposed for the day. Sludge for actually issue a statement. We expect the statement for actually dissociate from parliament then stands because we get regulatory bodies. Sludge na one. And that if Parliament is aggrieved because of one or two disturbances, the right call for make Parliament work with SLAG and the IMC and the Guild, etc., for ameliorate the situation. Slide the action for be non-compliance because that is undermining the independence of the media. And slide for also make sure say they rally support around members not for accept that particular condition with Parliament no issue. Therefore, make that known to Parliament say we're not happy with this and this is not correct. And that there is room for engagement. There is room for collaboration, okay? And not acting the other way. And we're not going to say because it happened, the Parliament can take action. We don't actually say Parliament not get right for act on their own. We know they say so. But the procedure in which they want for act is not correct. Now that's what they condemn.
Dr. Julius Spencer, now been the first Minister of Information wey same way so, now the Managing Director for Premier Media, self being get concerned. Usai inside one telephone interview, he say not to pass journalists get qualification, go able reports fine.
Well, when I think the Parliament get right for prescribed qualifications for other than for cover them activities, they're not put to Parliament in role. The news institution, whether a newspaper or radio station, now then they decide and they send go for go do coverage. Now they get the responsibility for determine who that send they send go. Non-signed now the world. For an institution, they can begin to tell we say for can cover you can forget 2 level or you can forget this or that. That's not to them business. I think the Parliament will confine itself to issuing accreditation. Accreditation simply means the media institution give them the names of the reporter, then when they assign, if they want them for they are assigned for a certain period, then send the names and then provide access, basically like a pass for make them for access certain facilities or certain areas. That's all. If then dissatisfied with the coverage they get, then for take off with the media institution. Not to them for determine who that for qualify for cover Parliament. Now the media institution get responsibility for ensure say the report where then they put out accurate. If Parliament not satisfied with the quality of the reporting, then will take off with the media institution. The qualification of journalists not only determine quality of reporting. So not to them business for decide who that qualify for practice.
I been tried for talk to somebody from the administrative body na Parliament for get their own side for sake of this issue, but not being a person for respond. The journalists them we get for go through this process. Hope say Parliament go put facility them in place for them, like for create opportunity for the go report and cover other parliaments them outside Salone, like the ECOWAS Parliament, Pan-African Parliament and other one them. For Radio Democracy, Princess Piastri reports.
The program is still listening to now Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Don't forget to yourself where they listen to the program, can add your voice to the thing and what they discuss inside the program. Go send your message to AfriCell number 077-981-981 or go now with Radio Democracy 98.1 Facebook page. Don't forget that the program this morning, today na World Meteorology Day, and the theme for this year na measurements for global trade, and we get between at the studio this morning the manager for meteorology department na Standards Bureau, when Frank Martin. He there this morning they tell we about measures them we the department they put in place for ensure say standard measurements take place all parts na Salone. The program they continue, we they go over again to Studio 2 and take a short break and continue for look at more issues.
Sierra Leone Commercial.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile app, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody elect you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office elect you not get the account number. Buy Ed-Salite, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yagbadon done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store, or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
Sierra Leone Commercial Bank.
Call 117 and it's same you begin feel fever. The coronavirus in a salon now. Na sick, we don't kill plenty people in the world. But if you do what your body will command them, they say make you do. And safe, report quick. If you fail not say, you get sign or any person near you don't get same sign them, it's possible for let the person well.
The well body workman say for let the signal scatter all sign at the country. If you don't get nothing for go do not skit, sit down na us.
Go dey wash your hand fast with soap and water, or you use hand sanitizer, so that the tumbu go die if you don't can your hand.
When you dey waka, let for go dey touch them wall and then railing them, because you no go know that don't touch them.
Not forget, call 117 if you get person wey sick na you host or you community.
And Osiwa support radio democracy for bring this message to you.
The program they listen to na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM and same way so on Radio Shalom 89.5 na Kwenedugu District and Tonkolili and same way so Radio Malin 88.5 na Bon Pujaon District and Radio Colenten on 90.0 na Cambia District. We will bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salone. Musa Eskamana Minim.
And Mabel Kaba.
We they continue for look at more issues inside the program. As Salone they join other countries them for observe the World Meteorology Day, and this section they under the Minister of Trade make the Minister of Trade Dr. Inga Sandi give this message for Sika this day celebration.
Today, 20th of May 2020, is World Meteorology Day. As we celebrate this day with the theme Measurements for Global Trade, I think about how this current theme is very closely related to those of previous World Meteorology Day themes. This theme was chosen to create awareness about the important role measurements plays in facilitating fair global trade, ensuring product meets standards and regulations, and satisfy customer quality expectations. The COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted the importance of quality infrastructure and standards in ensuring the availability of key medical devices, diagnostic test kits, and personal protective equipment. For example, it is very clear that laboratory services, by ensuring the quality and accuracy of laboratory-developed tests, will increasingly provide an essential contribution to diagnostic reasoning, managed care, and therapeutic monitoring needed to combat the highly infectious COVID-19. As in many industrial sectors, the elaboration of standards and quality infrastructure is crucial for maintaining the highest quality of products and services, especially in the medical field. Failure to observe rules on metrology, calibration, and standards for medical products can not only result in goods not making it to the market, but can also have negative implications for human health and safety. According to the World Trade Organization, the global trade of products was a record 19.67 trillion United States dollars in 2018. Considering that the price of a significant portion of the global trade of products is determined using legal units of measurements, it becomes clear that metrology plays a huge and indeed a critical role in global trade. Technical regulations and standards are adopted by governments to protect both producers and consumers at national and international levels. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD, estimates that about 80% of global trade is affected by standards or regulations. A sound measurement system must be in place so that the application of standards and regulations does not become a technical barrier to trade, which would lead to increased costs, inhibit the free flow of goods, or require repeated testing. Trust in the assessment of conformity against specifications reduces costs and increases confidence for businesses and consumers. This is underpinned by the strong and effective worldwide metrology system. On another note, the metric system was introduced in Sierra Leone in May 2012. The program itself was divided into two phases. Phase 1 was the introduction of the metric system in the petroleum sector, and Phase 2 was geared towards the introduction of the system into the general trade and commerce. The first phase of the rollout, which is in the petroleum sector, is 99% complete. This covers all district and chiefdom headquarter towns. The remaining 1% contributes to the hard-to-reach areas. The second phase of the program is the introduction of the metric system in the general trade and commerce. In preparation of this, the Standards Bureau is about contracting the services of highly specialized producers of weights and balances. Also, 2,000 pieces of meter rolls with Standards Bureau logo have been procured and are in stores. While waiting to overcome the challenges involved in the rollout of the metric measuring cups, a phased rollout metrication in the general channel of trade can be embarked upon as follows. Metric system in the sale of iron rods and cement has already been introduced, but robust sensitization is needed for its sustained rollout. Major importers and producers of sugar, rice, and other regularly traded cereals should be required to have metric measuring scales or balances at their stores and major sales outlets to ensure fair service to the buying public. Meat and fish sellers associations must be organized on a platform for the provision of metric scales and balances with associated training to ensure fair marketing of their products. 4. Importers of fabric and textiles must be required to trade their wares fairly in meters and not in years, as it's presently the case. And 5. Grocery items such as vegetables, fruits, tubers, roots, pulses, etc. should also be brought into the metrication agenda to ensure fairness of trade. It will be of great interest to note that the plastic cups that have been produced can be used only as standardized measuring tools and not strictly as metrication tools. The Sierra Leone Standards Bureau, in collaboration with the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the ECOWAS PTB Metrology Program, wish you a successful day as you consider measurements as key contributors to global trade. Thank you very much.
Alright, well, that's at the Minister of Trade been the Gida speech day for Seka the World Meteorology Day, where Salone they join other country them for member TD and in Dr. Hinga Sandy. Well, we continue with the program and they come back to the director for the Meteorology Department na Standards Bureau. We na Frank Martin, he didn't the program they tell we about waiting and they do for ensure so they improve on standards na the country. We just don't listen to the speech of the minister and he talk about different things in there, and among them things they talk about people them way una they work with now, sabi people them for bring them at the country for can work on measurements and other thing them. He mentioned say people them way they sell meat and fish, the association for ensure say they taking them ahead of the thing they will go for can begin use for selling thing here and say people all they sell material when I fabric them, they say time go for each then go for stop for use the yard with and they buy sell and now give people and begin use meters. But let me look at the status of them people and the all and the plan them where una get, how them fit into them plan them day. Because for let we reach at the stage where people where they do their own private business them adopt all lengthy and a long way for go. How una make them fit into the plans them where una get right now for improve on standards in terms of measurement.
Thank you very much. The time where we introduced the metric system, we don't do a lot of sensitization, or we don't get a lot of meetings with even the petty traders all over the country. We don't go to places like Bo, Kenema, McKinney, then various district headquarter towns them, and even inside Freetown also. We don't get a lot of meetings with them. We don't get a lot of issues, and then are the people that they directly deal in this in these commodities or these equipment or scales and what we get for use. Some of them, raise some issues. And one of the issues the way they raised was the procurement or the way how they forget like the scales them, then kind of thing. If you listen to the minister in speech, he make a mention that people then get for come in. We know standards we not go able for go buy scale them for come give people them. Like then couple will make not just a way for just kickstart them or let them come into the system. But actually now private people and get for come in. And we they monitor the private people that we go for come with the scales. You don't go just go take any kind of scale you bring and can put on the market. No, we not go accept them. The standards we go there for make sure say then scale the way the business people and get for bring come, then they up to standard. Then we go able for accept them for let them put them into the market. And we are aware of the information all about the thing. Nobody no go come for can exploit people them.
So from the minister's speech, talk about the implementation of this meter system where they into phases. Where phase 1 get for do with the petrol and phase 2 get for do with other sectors then.
Yeah.
But I take you back sometimes this discussion don't stay on the floor and sometimes it's just happen like it's happening now or next week, next month.
Yeah.
What it don't come with the delay for implementing Mr. System na Salone?
Okay. The delay actually, anything you do, where you start up, you go back, you check, and you come back for can try for redesign what you do. Initially, when we start this thing, we start and say we put cops them into the system, but we don't look at that particular aspect. They say you're not able to solve most of the problem where they happen with petty trading. It will create a lot of problems. Now that make the minister even mention say not to say the cops them get for be the whole thing we get for do with the metrication system. Not just one of the way. And as I've been saying, not just an agreement between me and you. If I want cop, I want to let you measure me rest by cop, you measure them. If I want to let you weigh them, you for weigh them. So now some of the things and down there we find out say will create a problem. And if we just send the cops into the market, we go come back or can face a lot of challenges. So we say, well, let the cops then hold on for us. Let we put other modalities in place so that when we launch the thing, it could go as a whole. We now begin to do them by pieces.
So how important this concept of trading day?
Oh, it's very important. It's very, very important. There is no way you can, ignore measurements in any way, concerning trade issues. It's very important.
Alright, so let me go back to the issue we be explained just so we get to do with them couple one we told because now put other measures them in place. Una work now for ensure say standards stay. Una don't take into consideration the challenges and way it come along with. So how long again it for take? Let una really roll out the plans then because if we left behind all the time say because of the challenge, then we are not moving forward. If una get the cops waiting on the wait again now that una don't get because not today una begin talk about the issue of coming with them cop and they for putting at the market. So how long it take again for let una roll
not
out?
For take anything long again. We don't do a lot of underground things and government are actually ready for support we. In fact the cops and send our government money now we use for buy for produce the cops and all put aside and waiting and come up with this new plan. Government puts great measures in place because we don't get a lot of consultation with authorities them, like the Minister of Finance. It just happened that it was after the budget. Now we go sit down and talk with the minister. The minister was so passionate about the whole thing. And I believe say in the next budget hearing.
Because even the past administration, then same talk here will be done there and but then copy.
Yes,
and I make
exactly.
ask when we go see them now at the market.
The cops, getting the cops not to the problem. Like for bring and come into the system.
Afraid say the people them not go accept them.
No. The people we're not afraid say the people are not go accept them. Now we self sit down at the drawing board and consider say no, if we introduce just this cop, we go the challenges we go get for come then go be enormous. So waiting will be the best thing. Let we keep the cop, bring in the other measures. We all things will go together. We'll be around for launch then cops and the butcherman and say no, let we not launch it, let we wait for us, let themselves come on board. And we don't realize that this is very important.
Alright, Frank Martin, continue for the waiting at the studio. Let me just quickly go studio 2 and take short commercial break.
Better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, school fee savings account, pay advance salary scheme there. We branch and they all up on Salone. Boko no kenema, we dey. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we dey. Jala free town loan sa, we dey. And my lengthy one, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
Alright, the program is still listening to now Good Morning Salone. It come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Continue for sending message and add your voice to them where we talk about inside the program this morning. The program Good Morning Salone they continue and we continue for look at small issues inside the program this morning. We go online now and get Dr. Kande Kole Yomkela, we're at the head of the NGC party na parliament as a get concern for sake one document we according to Ramisi na social media we the entitled constitutional instrument number 26 the coronavirus emergency fund regulations 2020. Well, for no the concern we Dr. Kande Kole Yomkela gets for this leaked document we dey round now we won't forget and from him. Good morning and welcome to the program, Dr. Kande Kole Yomkela.
Good morning, Megan.
Yes, Honorable. As I just don't say, we see a write-up where you do. Also, you get concerned, but the constitutional instrument number 26, the coronavirus disease emergency fund regulations 2020, where you get concerned, but waiting are you concerned about this particular leaked document where they out now?
Well, first of all, me thank you for what you say. We discussed this morning. Una call me. First of all, which I write, maybe for my colleagues now we parliamentary forum, just for a lot, we all the parliamentarians say, hey, I see this thing, or let we be careful. You know, this not look right. Unfortunately, somebody said on social media, because this was to encourage us to have a debate before we even go look at and we begin to do research and due diligence. My concern, several concerns. Number one,